All right, guys, day 14. It's the last day of the day 14-day challenge with Ray Higdon. I'm a little bit sad that this is the last video that I'll be doing covering these notes, but I'm super excited to have a lot of new ideas to bring other content and other hopefully helpful information to you guys in the future. So today he spent basically the entire training covering the winners of the second contest and why they won. There were 9 honorable mentions, so 9 different videos that had gotten an honorable mention for whatever reason, and then 4 winners and why they won. So there's a lot that we're going to cover. The first person that he talked about, and I don't know if this person had done this and had a great video, but this was one point that he had, I can't remember. But it was, don't use multiple CTAs. So at the end of your live, you say, message me for my list of 21 additional ways that you could have more energy than you ever imagined, something like that. But don't say, message me for my 21 tips and like my fan page and comment below that you've loved this video and hit the share button. When you give people all those different things to do, they get distracted and they get confused, and a confused mind does nothing. So it's super important that your CTAs are really clear. They're very simple. They're very detailed. This is one thing that I have found. If I have a simple message me this one word, message me the word visionary, I get a pile of messages. When I did a video that said message me, I am like a 6-word sentence, I only got a couple. So, and maybe it was just the different information that I was offering, but I do believe that the simpler that those CTAs are, the more people that are likely to do that. The next thing, so this is awesome. If you have writing like this right here, it's a perfect example. It says, dream it, believe it, do it, right? If you have writing behind you, when I do these videos, my camera automatically does it the right way, so you can read this. If you do a Facebook Live, it's backwards. If you have writing on your shirt, it's backwards, and it's super distracting. And I totally know this because there's been times where I'm watching a video and then I realize I haven't even been paying attention for the last 20 seconds because I'm trying to figure out what their shirt says or what their sign says. So make sure you go into the settings on the video and message me if you have any questions about how to do this. But before you hit the live button, you can hit a button that is the settings button, and it allows you to add filters and all of that kind of stuff, but you can flip the screen so that the people see exactly like you see this here, and it's all easy to read. And those things are fine, but if it's backwards, it's really super distracting. And he said, if you can't, there's Androids, I guess, can't flip the screen. If you can't flip the screen, change your background. Do you want people to hear your message, or are you trying to figure out what your sign says? The next thing is drawings. Doing a drawing as part of your CTA is awesome. I have done this a couple times now, and I have gotten really great involvement. But it's really important that you show what it is. So let's say I wanted to do this, like, message me the word visionary and I will put you in a drawing for this book. If you're just talking about what it is without showing it, not as many people are going to think, I want that. So it's really important to show what it is that you have as your giveaway, and make sure that your giveaways have a deadline. So message me by Friday at this time. Otherwise you might have people that message you 10 days later and the drawing's already been done. So the next thing is, someone had offered as their CTA, message me and I will personally review your Facebook profile and give you feedback. Who is not going to message her and say, oh my gosh, please tell me what you think? The problem is you don't have time to do something like that, especially if you have a team. If you have a team and you put that out there, your entire team is going to say, please do mine, which is great, but it's not the best use of your time. So what he said was that you should do a drawing for a Facebook profile page review. So message me if you'd like to go into a drawing for me to go and personally review your Facebook page and give you feedback. Unique giveaways are huge. So if you're doing giveaways, make sure that it's something that is unique. Next is titles need, and this is really, I feel like this has happened to me. Titles need to be bold. Great content will never be viewed if the title isn't catchy. If the title is weak, people won't even push the sound button. They won't hear any of the content. And I actually have a few notes down, he said the same thing again. Your content, so this is a really great rule. Your content cannot be stronger than your title. It's okay if your title is stronger than your content. And I watched a webinar last night, and I'll probably do notes on that webinar and put another video up for that. So if you would like to see that, stay tuned. But it said that you can have your title be kind of off the wall. And think about it. There's titles that are kind of off the wall, but grab your attention, and the content's still good. People will hop off if they don't like it, but you don't want your title to be boring and have your content be spectacular, because no one will see it. If it's the other way around, it's not that big of a deal. No one is going to say, oh my gosh, I can't believe her title said, I mean, it can't be crazy, but no one is going to say her title was really catchy, but the content wasn't as good. No one is going to say that. Okay, so next, make sure oh, this is huge. Okay, so if I'm looking at my screen, which is me, which is really weird, I'm looking over here. If I'm looking at the camera, I'm looking here. Do you guys see the difference? This is me looking at myself, which is really weird. This is me looking at the little dot that is the camera. And actually my phone has 3 dots in the front, so I'm really pretty sure I'm looking at the right dot. But it's very important to be looking at the dot and not the screen. That way people feel a connection, and you're talking to your audience. You're not talking to yourself. So hopefully you guys are seeing that. Okay, so next. Oh, this is a really great way. So when you're working on call to actions, and you're talking about things that are vulnerable, things that are uncomfortable, that people maybe wouldn't want to comment under your live anyway, but you give them a psychological reason why they should be messaging you. This one person had done a video on acne and dealing with acne, and it said, private message me. I understand that this is a super personal issue and I wouldn't want to comment on someone's live. So shoot me a private message if you'd like, da 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 da. Oh, that makes people feel that much more comfortable, as well as psychologically they feel like, oh my gosh, that's the place I need to be. So this next thing is super interesting. Don't say please. So when you're at the end of your video and you're about to give your CTA, don't say please message me for my list of 21 da 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 da, because when you do that, it's psychologically you're saying please because all you're thinking about is that you're the beneficiary if they message you. All of a sudden you benefit from them messaging you. If you don't say, they're the beneficiary because they're getting information that they want. But if you're saying please, it's because you're focused on just yourself. So it makes you appear weak and desperate, but it's psychologically, it's because you're focusing on whatever it is that you're looking for out of the conversation. So some people said, I don't have a fancy background. I don't have a fireplace that I can do my lives in front of. I don't have, a really amazing kitchen that I can do my lives in. He said, do your lives at other places. Go to a park, or you can put on Netflix, you can put on the screen a fireplace. I'm getting all kinds of messages. I'm sorry, guys. You can get an aquarium. You can get a fireplace thing. There's a lot of different options with Netflix. Or go to a park. Or he even said there were times where he would go to a hotel and go out by the pool and shoot a video out by the pool, even though he wasn't staying at the hotel. So don't let that, don't let your background be the reason that you don't do something live. Okay, so this is another CTA, another person that had, I think they were second place. They said, instead of saying please, they said, if you don't want change, if you don't want to take action, if you don't want anything different for yourself, then don't message me. That is what he called qualifying your leads. You're telling people that you're eliminating all of the people that you don't want to have message you versus just saying, please message me. And it's a psychological thing where people are hearing that thinking, well, why wouldn't they want change, want to take action, or want something different for themselves? It helps people qualify themselves. And then the last one, and I watched this woman's live. It was amazing. She won because she got really vulnerable, incredibly vulnerable. She had written a letter forgiving somebody, and it was a powerful message. She wrote out all of these things that she had to forgive. I forgive you for I think Heston's coming home. I forgive you for your body, for not loving your body. I forgive you for not being patient with the kids, or, whatever. And at the end of it, it was herself. She was actually forgiving herself. It was all these things that she had held her against herself and why she had basically self-sabotaged. And he had said that there's nothing that can compete with true vulnerability. There's a big difference between being vulnerable in a way that isn't actually connected with your inner emotion and truly connecting with that place where your emotions really come out. So, and I remember watching that video, tearing up, watching this woman talk about these things, and she got very emotional, and she said, I did not even expect to feel what I'm feeling right now. And then her call to action was, send me a message that you forgive yourself. And he said that was a powerful, powerful video and a powerful call to action. So she was the winner. That's all I have for notes. I hope that this was all helpful for you. If you guys have any questions, please reach out. Watch for the next 14-day challenge. I highly recommend doing these. It's been a blast. It's been super fun. It's been challenging, obviously, doing lives every single day for 14 days. Since it's given me the confidence to know that I'm gonna screw a lot of this up, and that's okay. It's not that big of a deal. It's gonna take 90 of these before I'm actually gonna be good at this, and that's okay. So we're 14 ahead. I hope you guys have an awesome day, and thanks for tuning in. Bye.